chest of drawers very slightly up. It was a little bit too low. And then I have also taken the crib and I have slid my towel in, or blanket rather, in between here. And I've also used a couple of these stickers, puffy stickers of little toys and things, and I've popped those in between as well, to make it look like there's toys in the crib. The thing that I've also done is, in order to make sure that this gap, because what happened was when you put those down there, this side kind of got really 3D and open, and this side didn't, so I just big blob of glue gel down there to hold that open, so that looks all good now. So then the next thing we need to do is let that dry, and then we're going to pop that in position on the actual card. Okay, so I've put the glue gel on, and so I'm just going to pop this down. Now I need to make sure it's as close to that bend as possible, because that will look good, and I want it at the bottom this time on this one. So it's going to very slightly overlap our cabinet, which I think looks really cool. And that's just going to sit there. That's that part done. Okay, so now I want to put down the chair so that that gets stuck down, and we'll start building all around that. I'm just going to use my glue gel again, so it's heavier pieces down this side, in the kind of gappy bit there, and then much less just in the centre here. Okay, and I want that to be about here, I think. Okay, so I've laid out the next elements because it took a bit of fiddling around to get the parcels exactly how I wanted them. So I'm going to stick those down now, and I've also put my bunting up the top. So we'll stick all that down. Use my glue gel again, and very carefully work my way back. So I'll get my balloons. Just pop those, I think, about here. A little bit of a squidge, like so. And now we'll start to put our parcels down. So again, just a little bit more glue gel in the middle to the rest of it. I'll try and remember how I had them. Yeah, that one was kind of there, I think. There. And then lastly, one, which I think was probably sort of there-ish. Okay, so that's that bit done. So now we need to stick down our bunting, which is on the top here. So again, very carefully, I'm just going to put a tiny bit of glue gel on each one. Okay, so that's that all stuck down. So okay, as you can see, I've just added in the ribbons that had been cut into my two parcels here, so that looks really cool. And then I'm going to be adding a little white and it's very, very delicate, but it just adds that little, again, that little detail. There you go, you can just see it on there. So now I have got this actually on my unit here, and also I added a shelf here as well. Okay, so I've got these gorgeous stickers, and I'm going to use this vase of flowers. I know you probably wouldn't in real life put a vase of flowers over the baby's crib, but I think it looks nice, and we've balanced it on top of that shelf there, so that now gives that the little romper suit or baby grow I'm struggling with at the moment, not quite sure what to do with that, so that's going to be put to one side for the minute. Okay, so I've started to lay out the bits and pieces. I had to cut off the poppy off there because it was in my way, so I'm going to now just start gluing these down, because it's quite difficult to do when you haven't got any glue on. They just keep wanting to move about. And I'm not worried about that gap because I'm going to fill that in a minute. I need a little bit more gel on there, it's not deep enough. And that's because the sticker's there in the way, so we just needed a little bit extra. There we go. Now the next one's the little cream. Again, I think I need a little bit more. We've got my nappies. So a little bit extra in the valleys so that it really sticks. There we go. And then my last pot on there. And then in order to hide that little hole, which actually doesn't look too bad now, but anyway, I thought as I'd try and put the baby's rattle on the shelf. So let's just put a small blob on there and a teeny blob on that. Actually, I'm pretty pleased with how that just flopped itself on there. So that's our shelf. Oh, not quite. I've got my little nappy pins to put on. And I thought to put those kind of like that. Let's see. Might work. Fingers crossed. Not quite enough on the endy bit there. There we go. Right, and then we'll just clean that up a little bit. Perfect. That'll do. Got my little bottle for the milk for the babies. behind. Okay, so then I just added some bunting as well to the bottom of the shelf. So basically the whole thing is like the baby's coming home, it's all been decorated up, everything's out ready for the baby, there's balloons and presents and bunting. So that's kind of my theory behind this anyway. Okay, so now I'm going to start on that chest. Okay, so as you can see, I've put the train down at the bottom underneath and I've started to place these. So I'm just going to glue those down. Okay, so that's that I cut out, put on. I didn't use the plane yet because I had this little plane. I haven't used him yet because I'm not sure if I like him for here, so I'll decide on that in a minute. But now I've got these fabulous colourful stickers which are going to be as if they're the toys. Now I'm tempted to put the glue gel on the back of these anyway as well, because I think that will be absolutely sure then that they're going to stay put. I want to try and jam them in. Come back. There we go. Let's have a little bunny rabbit driving our car. Hopefully that will work. Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to do this and then I'll come back to you when it's all finished. That's the inside of the cabinet done with all the toys, and I think there's only one thing left now. Oh, just to show you though as well, I put that on the door because I didn't have anywhere to hang that and I thought that looked quite cute. So now I think the only thing that I've got to do is I need to decide about putting the welcome baby on these banner, and also I need to sort out about this line because it keeps falling off. So I'm just going to have a think about that and then I'll come back to you in a minute. So what I've been doing is I've been using these rub-ons and I've been writing the welcome baby boy. So I'm just on the last couple here. So literally I just worked out where I needed the letters to be. And then my next one is here, so I'm just very carefully rubbing that off. And then the last one is the letter Y. And again, just twisting, so that one's slightly twisting this way, so I'm just twisting this around because obviously the letter wouldn't stay straight because the banner's not straight. And I'm just using an embossing tool to do that bit. Okay, and these were just a letter set transfer. So there we go, we've got baby boy on that side and welcome on that side, and also on the balloon I just wrote it's a boy. Okay, so just decided to add one more thing to that towel, or blanket. I keep calling it a towel, it's a blanket, because I just didn't think it stood out very well, so I just edged it as if it had stitching around the edges using a zig marker pen. Alright, so now I'll get on to the last stage, and then it's just a case of letting this all set. Okay, so I've used my glue gel and I've stuck down the magnet on that side, and I'm just going to use the glue gel and stick the magnet on that side. It does come with like a stick on it, but I just want to be sure it's going to really stay put. So the one thing I'm not going to do is close it. I've made a little mark where it needs to be. I know it's not ideal having that there from the point of view of the design, but I don't think it will show too, you know, it doesn't show too badly. You know, it might look like a light switch or something. And then what I'll do is check. Yeah, they look roughly in the same position. I'm not going to put them together because otherwise the glue gel hasn't had a chance to work and it will just pull apart. So we'll leave those to set properly, and I think we're all done. Let me just give you a quick look through the actual design. A little closer look. So thank you so much for making this card with me. I hope you've enjoyed it, and I hope to see you all again soon. Bye!